It's just a trolley.
Depends how many we've got.
Concentrate on the drinks trolley and...
That's what I do best.
Thank you, David. You can just leave it there. What are we going to have today?
Well, I thought, why not have a Negroni?
Oh, a Negroni.
A Negroni this evening. A delicious cocktail. Very easy to do. You don't need a cocktail shaker as well. You can just stir them together, so you don't need to shake.
My kind of cocktail.
I thought it was a beer, Negroni.
No, that's a Peroni.
Peroni.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You can have one of those if you prefer.
It's a sharpener.
Yeah.
Today's confession, I ought to... Look, it comes from Baz.
Uh-huh.
All I can say is this has definitely got a 12A certificate.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are currently involved in the making, preparation or the consumption of food, you might want to pause momentarily. My tale begins over 3 decades ago in the 1980s, somewhere in the depths of the Black Country. Money was scarce, Father Sam, and frequently my friends and I would run short of cash for drinks before the end of the night. It was at this time that one such friend developed what some would call a unique skill. When he came up short, he began drifting through smoke-filled pubs, sweeping the area for what he called leftover drinks and consuming them, though actually they were just drinks that someone had popped onto the table or a shelf as opposed to actually have left.
Oh, dear. Oh, right.
As the years went on, we were able to finally afford to buy drinks until closing time. This person continued with his practice. What we'd once observed as an entertaining prank, we now found a little distasteful and, to be honest, out of order. As a result of this behaviour, the sweeper, as we called him, become a little tight, to say the least. Always the last at the bar and conveniently disappearing when it was his round. You know the type, moths in the wallet, that kind. All of us were now doing okay financially, thank you very much, and often as a group we would club together for a table at a charity ball or other function. A selection of drinks would be purchased. I should say another reason for the 12A certificate is the 1970s language, which we're about to enjoy.
Wow.
Charity ball or function, a selection of drinks would be purchased, and often a few bottles of bubbles for our good ladies.
Ah, right, okay.
As is often the case, the ladies would head to the dance floor, whilst us men would retire from the table to take up our position, standing uselessly behind the chairs, discussing the affairs of state.
Wow.
One evening, being of a certain age, I suddenly needed to go to the loo. But I should explain that this was a charity ball at a school, and the toilets were quite some way away from where we were.
Okay.
In a bit of a panic, I noticed that there was an open fire exit behind me, and perhaps it was being back at school, but my schoolboy attitude reappeared, and I grabbed the nearest glass and headed out through the said fire exit. Once everything was complete, I sneaked back inside with the glass, intending to tip it away as soon as possible. But as I returned, a voice said to me, "Have you bought a raffle ticket yet?" "Oh, no, I haven't," I said. It was the head of the PTA.
Oh.
"Well, come on and get your wallet out," which I duly did, placing the full glass, briefly, I thought, on the table. Making polite conversation and taking the raffle tickets from the member of the PTA, I noticed the sweeper making his way over to the table and eyeing up the glasses on the table, vulnerably sitting there whilst their owners shimmied on the dance floor, unaware of the threat. Now, it had been a good evening, but a little warm in the hall, hence the open fire exit. Imagine the sweeper's surprise when he saw a full glass of champagne, apparently, just sitting there waiting for some grateful recipient. Before I could say a word to intervene, the sweeper stood in front of the head of the PTA and downed the glass in one.
Oh, in one!
I froze. I apologise, what can I say? Bringing the glass away from his lips, he said, "Oh, that was dead as a dodo."
Oh, dear.
Oh,
my goodness.
I walked away. Father Simon says, "Baz, I asked not for forgiveness from the sweeper, as after decades of this petty thieving, not just from strangers but also from his friends, I feel he kind of got what he deserved. But from anyone who may have seen me popping out of the fire exit, and also anyone who was suitably upset by the confession I had just passed on, I do indeed beg for forgiveness, please, from the humble collective and the listeners to Greatest Hits Radio." Well, let's just see where we go.
Baz.
Sister Susie, from the pub.
I just don't know what to say about this. I don't forgive the minesweeper at all. It's terrible behaviour. But also, could you not have just gone to the... I don't care how old you are. Just go to the toilet. Just why are you taking a glass outside? You know, and you were in a school. Anyone could have seen you. No, thank you. Not forgiven, Baz.
I mean, I've got to say,
Brother Matthew.
I'm very much with Suze on this one. I mean, why are you using the loos are far away, I get that, but the loos are there. You can get to the loos. Unless you're camping in the Arctic, you don't need to nip outside with your glass to be able to answer the call of nature. There's absolutely no excuse for that. Honestly, I don't have a lot of sympathy for the sweeper guy, because frankly, he had it coming. But I'm going to forgive.
What? No.
Just because he's not actually done anything wrong, has he? All he's done is he's left the ball, he's left the glass there,
Went
and
for a
he's
wee outside.
bought the raffle ticket, and in a way, you know, maybe the sweeper learned his lesson. Actually, that's a point. Yeah, maybe the sweeper learned his lesson, and in a way, haven't we all? So for that reason, I'm going to forgive. Tenuous.
Very tenuous.